Okay. All right, let's get started. We'll start with our homework. But let me just say your next homework will be on exponents only. So everybody has the exponent rules that I sent, right? Does everybody have it?
Yeah.
Yes? Anybody without it? Okay. All right. Okay, so let's get started. And I didn't get homework from
Miss, I didn't see this.
I think Latoya is the only one I got homework from.
Miss, I don't remember seeing this in a Miss. I didn't see this one.
What is it, Mercedes?
I didn't see this.
Didn't see
This home,
what?
this homework.
Okay. Well, I emailed it. Well, I'll check,
I
make
Miss
sure.
Barbara sent you homework. Did you receive it?
I'm sorry, you sent me homework, Audrey?
Yes. Did you receive it?
When did you see it? When did you send it?
Yesterday, I think.
I didn't see it. I checked. I didn't get messages or email.
I sent an email. Let's do it right then.
Okay. Well, let's go through our polynomials.
Yes. Okay, make
And
mine a little brighter for me. I thought I sent it. I was sure I take the picture and I sent it. But anyhow, it's all right.
okay. Well, let's go. Okay, the first one is a multiplication.
I got to bring a little higher, little brighter, little
Oh,
bigger than.
oh, I'll make it. Oh, that's right. I'll make it bigger. I have to make it bigger. Yeah, yeah. I need it bigger for Audrey anyway, and Mercedes. Okay.
I know who I know how to ask me something.
Let me make it bigger so everybody can see it. Now, can everybody see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're multiplying monomials, right? And you have a monomial 4x times the 3x minus 2. Now, when something's in parentheses, while I was waiting, I just went ahead and broke it up. You multiply the 4x by the 3x, and you multiply the 4x by the minus 2. So the 4x times the 3x, what do you do when you multiply exponents? What do you do with the exponents?
You add them.
You add them, right? So this x to the 1, x to the 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. Multiply the coefficients, 4 times 3 is 12. That gives you 12x to the second power. Then multiply the 4x by the minus 2. And 4 times minus 2 is a minus 8. And then you have x. So 12x squared minus 8x. And then you look at your choices and which one does that match?
B.
B. There you go. 12x to the second minus 8x. All right. Any questions on number 1?
No.
Okay.
Number 2, I want you to do, because I think I picked the right answer and you give it to me wrong.
Latoya, you said, what did you say about number 2?
I have the right answer, you give it to me wrong.
Okay, well, let's look at it. That's possible. Mistakes can be made, right? All right, so let's see here. Okay, now we take the x plus 2 and multiply it by minus x to the third plus 3x minus 1. So let's just break this up. I'll copy that.
This a foil, Miss Barbara?
I'm sorry?
This problem number 2, it's a foil, right?
I didn't hear you, Latoya. What did you say?
It's a foil. It's a foil, right?
Well, I didn't do FOIL. I just broke up the x squared times the expression and the 2 times the expression.
I do foil. Maybe that's why I wasn't getting it.
Here's what I did. I took the x squared times the minus x3 plus 3x minus 1. And I took the x squared, the 2 times the minus x3 plus 3x minus 1. So let's just break it up, just like we did over here. except I had one monomial here. Here I have a binomial. So I just broke the binomial up and multiplied it by each piece by the polynomial. So this becomes, let me just copy this over. Okay, so this one is just a 2, right? And this one is just the x squared. So let's just, okay. Everybody with me?
Yes.
I just took the x squared, multiplied by the polynomial, and the 2 times the polynomial. Now this one, what is that one equal to, Maureen? What's x squared times this polynomial? What would that be equal to?
Minus 6x.
Multiply, what do you do? You add the exponents, right? So
3 and
what's
2
an
is 5.
x to the second times a minus x to the third? What's that equal to?
A minus 5.
What about, you've got a variable there. Minus what? Minus x to the fifth.
Oh, that's useless.
Yeah.
I always forget that foolishness.
Yeah. See, x is the
forget that all the
base.
time.
X is the base, right? Same base. Add the exponents. So x is the base. Add the exponents 2 and 3, and you get a 5. And it's a negative, so plus times negative is negative. Right? Okay, so let's go to the next one. Mercedes, what's x to the second times a plus 3x?
Do that slowly for me again, please.
X to the second times, see, I'm multiplying each term by this monomial. Monomial, x to the second. So x to the second minus x to the third. Maureen told me minus x to the fifth. Now, x to the second times a plus 3x. I'm asking you, what is that equal to? Rule of multiplying, you add the exponents. So what's that equal to?
I would say 2x to the second power.
What did you say?
2x to the second power.
What's 3 times 1?
It's 3, but I thought
you multiply coefficients and you add the powers. So 3, that's a 1, right?
Yes.
So that would just be plus 3. Mercedes, you following? I
was looking at the x to the second power as a minus and the 3 as a plus.
No. Mercedes, what do you see? If the default is plus. So that's a plus x to the second times a plus 3x. That coefficient is a 1. So 1 times 3 is 3.
3.
Yes.
Power 2 plus power 1 gives you what? Add the powers, Mercedes. What do you get?
3.
3. So because that's 2 plus 1 is 3. So let's put here x to the third. Yeah. Mercedes, you clear on that?
Yes. Yeah.
You sound hesitant. So you multiply the coefficients. That's the number in front of the variable. So 1 times 3 is 3. Add the powers, 2 plus 1 is 3. Now let's go to the next one. That's Audrey. X to the second times a minus 1. What is that equal to?
Minus 2. No, minus 1.
Tell me the term to write.
Huh?
X to the second times a minus 1.
Is 1. Or x.
Can't throw away variables here.
You gotta tell you if it's minus or plus.
No, but she didn't give me the
It's
term.
minus
What?
-1.
Well, what are you doing with the x squared? This is a multiplication.
X.
X to the
Okay,
second
Bracket.
times a -1.
X. See if you got the cancellation.
What's 1 times x to the second, Audrey?
The second one.
1 times any
One.
variable number is just whatever that variable number is, right?
It's 2.
No, no.
-2.
No, 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 no. Let me put 1. What's 1 times 5, Audrey?
1 times 5 is 5.
Okay. All right. Now, what's 1 times A?
It's 1.
No.
1 times A is A.
If 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times A would be what?
It's 1A.
What is 1 times A? Audrey?
Is A.
Audrey? 1 times A is what?
1 times A is A.
It's A, right? Okay. Now what's 1 times A? And let me put that to the second power. What is that equal to, Audrey?
A to the third.
No, why are you changing
1
your
times A
rules? 1 times 5 is just 5. 1 times A
Right.
is just A. What's 1 times A to the second?
1 times
1 time any number of
It's
variable.
A to the second.
It's what?
It's A to the second.
Say it again, Audrey.
A to the second.
A to the second. That's right. So I broke this down so you could see it's the same as you've been multiplying just regular numbers. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times A is A. 1 times A to the second is A to the second. Right? So back up here, Audrey. A to the second times a -1 is equal to what?
A to the second.
X to the second times a -1. What is that equal to?
X. Sure.
Same rules, Audrey. 1 times any variable number combination is equal to whatever that variable or that combination or that number was. Except this is a negative because plus down minus is minus. So what goes behind my negative here? What's X to the second times 1, Audrey?
It's X.
X to the second times 1 is what?
X to the second times 1.
Yes.
It's 2. It's 2.
No, no.
No,
What
I
you
got it.
just told me, 1 times A to the second is A to the second. So what's 1 times X to the second?
It's X to the second.
X to the second. That's right. X to the second. Okay. Audrey, is that clear to you?
I think so.
You said you don't think so?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, you think so. Okay. Well, just remember when you multiply 1 times any number, any variable number combination, you just get whatever you started with. Like 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times A is A. 1 times A to the second is A to the second. 1 times AB to the second is AB to the second. You got it?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to this next one. Okay. Okay. Now we multiply 2 times a minus x to the third, a 2 times a plus 3x, and a 2 times a negative 1. Okay, so let me ask you, what's 2 times a negative x to the third, Mercedes?
2 times
A negative
x,
x to the
x,
third.
negative x to the third. That would be 2, 2, 3, negative 3x to the third power.
What would it be?
Negative 3x to the third
Where
power.
are you getting a 3 from?
Because oh Lord, no. 2 negative 2x to the third power.
That's it. Thank you very much, Mercedes. Negative 2x to the third, because it's a plus times a minus, so that would be a negative. Unlike signs multiply to give you negative, right? Okay, keep going, Mercedes. What's 2 times a plus 3x?
2 times.
Multiply the coefficients.
So that would be 6x.
6x, right? Plus 6x, because plus times plus is plus, okay? One more to go. What's 2 times a negative 1?
2 times the negative, that's 2.
Plus or minus?
Minus.
Minus, that's right, because you have unlike signs, right? So now you've got all of these. Now you just want to add those up, right?
Okay.
Okay, so let's combine them. Okay, so you've got an x to the fifth. You've got minus 2x to the third. So let me just move that over. So that's underneath the x to the third. Okay, there we go. And you don't have an x to the second. So I'll move that over. Right? Okay, now let's combine these.
Wait a minute, man. So
Okay, in other words, we're adding these. So what do you
okay.
get?
So because the minus 5x have nobody to work with to bring it down.
Just bring it down. That's right. So let's just take this minus x to the fifth. Because it's really just has a 0. Now, if you want to really keep track of it, right, you could put zeros there. Like I could have put a 0x to the fifth, a 0, okay? And then like even the x to the second. But I'll just leave them blank. It's up to you. You can put zeros there if you find you need it to keep track of them, okay? So you got minus x to the fifth. Okay, now Mercedes, what's a 3x to the third and a minus 2x to the third?
So we have unlike signs.
Unlike, that means you subtract. So what's your answer?
So my answer would be
what would it be?
Plus 1x to the.
That's right. Plus 1x to the third, or just x to the third. Okay, very good. So let's put our third here. Now we questions, Mercedes?
Yes, Miss. I was gonna think that because you have you had it, but is you just bring it back because they're same, or because.
Well, you subtract the 2 from the 3, and you get a 1. But
no, not that part.
Which one?
I'm talking about the power. The power.
Oh,
the power.
Well, they have the same power, so you just have that power carried here.
Okay.
Okay. Remember, this is not multiplying or dividing. This is just adding. So you can add up like terms. These are like. They have the same base. They have the same power. Okay. Now we have minus x to the second here. Okay. So minus x to the second
has no relative to work with, so you have to bring it down to or the 0
Okay, so what would that be?
minus x2.
Minus x to the second.
Yes, the second, sorry.
Okay, so let's put our power here. Okay, what about the 6x?
Likewise, because he has nothing to work with.
Okay, so just bring down the 6x, okay, plus 6x. And what about the minus 2?
Likewise, has nothing to
Okay,
work
you only have the constant there, so let's put minus
to.
2 there. Okay, now we look at our answers and let's see which one is our answer. Do you see the answer? X to the 5th plus x to the 3rd plus 6x minus x to the 2nd minus 2.
I don't see any with 1, miss. 1x to the 3rd power.
You don't see
Number
what?
B.
B.
X to the 5th
Oh,
plus x to the
yeah.
3rd
Got it,
plus
I got
6
it.
to the
6x.
x.
Yes, I
Yeah,
get that right.
because
You get that right.
because 1 is just an x. If you don't have to bring the 1, you just put x to the 3rd
Yeah,
power.
I can't stop him. I get me where it do. I don't know why he did wrong.
Am I correct, miss?
Say that again?
I'm saying because 1 stands for x, so you don't have to bring the 1x, put x to the 3rd power. B.
I know she's doing that. I don't look a lot. I don't know what to do.
Well, let's see here. This is let's see, is there an error somewhere? Okay, I really don't see the answer there unless I made a mistake copying them.
That's why I was saying I don't see the answer, but then I says
No, I got
B.
x to the
No,
first,
based on
x
what's
to the
here,
third,
are those the choices I had there? I don't have my paper.
Yeah,
plus
miss.
6x minus 2.
Okay.
That's what I
One
mean.
second, miss. See if I'm correct
She
here.
must have missed something. She must have missed
Maureen.
something. That adding up.
Maureen say B. Okay, I agree
Well,
with
but
her.
D has a 3x,
I
and
had
this
B
is
too.
a 1x.
Yeah, but I'm
I had
saying
bx. I had x to the
because
third.
we can use the 1x signify
Plus 6x
1. Every
minus
time
2.
we don't have the 1 there. The 1x.
So I don't know what she getting. I don't know.
Well, this has a 2, and this has a 3. So a plus 3,
Negative
this is a plus 3, and
I
this
was right.
is wait,
Copied
let's
something
see.
wrong. X to the
This is a
second.
minus 2. So this is a, so it really doesn't match any of them there, I think.
X to 2.
That's the first thing I noticed.
Plus
Yeah.
2x.
But then I say B could go because 3x.
No, it's either there or it's not. So really, I should give you credit for 2 because the answer is not there. Because that's a, so Latoya,
error.
what answer did you have, Latoya? Latoya said she had the
I had
answer
B.
and I marked it wrong. Well, anyway, you get credit because the answer is not there. I mean, it's closest to D,
I didn't
but,
get my
but
credit.
that's a
Miss Barbara.
3 and that's a 1. What did you say, Latoya?
You didn't give me credit for it. That's why I told
No,
you.
what
You marked
what
it
did you
wrong, but I
what
know.
did you have for that one, Latoya?
D is the closest one. The only thing
Yeah,
was
D is the
C.
closest, but it's
It was
not
supposed
really
to be
there.
the X.
So actually,
I
I
had
should
B.
give everybody credit for it.
Yeah, no, me get me 7 out of 8.
But you got credit for it, right?
No, I did not. You marked it wrong.
Okay. Well, it's not there. I should have marked it right. I gave you credit. Not marked it right, but I should have given you credit for it because the answer is not there.
Let me get me 7 out of 8.
X to the second.
Yeah, I should have put none of these.
Let me get me 1. Let me get me 120.
I should have had none of these. Okay.
Get me 1.
All right. Now you
Get
can't
me
say
120.
it's D because this is a 3 coefficient. This is a 1. Okay.
Yeah, and the nearest to it is
Because
B.
that's the nearest answer, Miss Barbara.
No, but it's not there.
That's the
It's
nearest
just not there.
answer.
It's my mistake. I really should have put none of these. I should have had another answer, none of these. Or put the right answer,
That
one
get
of
me
the
half
right
a credit.
answers. Okay, any
All of my rest
questions?
them
The
right.
point is you break the binomial up, multiply each term by the polynomial, and then combine the terms. Questions?
Yes, can I say something, Miss?
Yes.
You could check it when you get offline and find your answer and bring it back to us.
What for?
Yeah, we want to clarify that.
No, but we
Because-
went through it. Do you see any mistakes in multiplication here? X to the second minus x is minus x to the fifth. This is 3x to the third. This is minus x to the second. 2, that's minus 2x to the third. And that's plus 2 times 3, 6x. And 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. And then you combine these two.
Yeah.
Minus x to the fifth, we have it in standard form. The x to the third, that's a subtraction.
Miss
Okay.
Barbara,
And then the x to the
Barbara.
second, and then the 6x minus 2. So the answer is not there. Questions?
Barbara, I wrote the answer down, Miss Barbara. That's why I told you give it to me wrong. And then my answer was right. I didn't take the answers from there.
Okay.
I work it out and you
So-
still mark it wrong.
Okay. Well, I'm saying right here to everybody will get credit for number 2. But only Latoya turned it in. So and I think Audrey said she sent me hers, but I didn't get it.
So,
Yeah,
I'll
Miss-
check my
no,
mail
if you look-
again.
I sent it. I
So,
sent
Miss
it.
Yeah, Miss
Sunday.
Barbara, if you look,
I
Sadie,
sent it
if you look
Sunday
at the
evening.
it's very possible that I copied the choices wrong. So where I had a 3, I should have had just x to the third. I'll look at my original choices that I wrote down, and it's very possible that this one, this 3 should not have been there. That's probably my mistake. I put a
Barbara.
3.
Miss,
Yes,
that's why I'm
Latoya.
saying,
Miss Barbara,
Latoya?
remember, I didn't give you a multiple choice. I wrote it out. Like how
Yeah,
you do
okay.
it a while ago. I
All
didn't
right,
give multiple
Latoya.
choice. I wrote out the answer.
Okay. All
That's why I
right.
told you give it to me wrong.
Okay.
Miss Barbara,
Yeah.
can I say something?
Yes.
The credit you're going to give it to me, give it to Latoya, make she cool down.
I'm sorry.
Give me credit to
I'm
Latoya.
not
since
angry,
she has-
Mercedes.
No, I'm not
I'm
giving
not
credit
angry.
to anybody, but
Just because she alone sending the work. So give her all the credit.
no.
No, I was just
But
explaining
Audrey
to Miss
said she sent
Barbara.
me hers.
Sunday. I sent it Sunday evening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Audrey, if Audrey sent me her work, I'm saying she'll get credit for it. Because
Mercedes,
when
I
I
told Miss Barbara I
wrote
wrote
these
it out.
down,
I
I
didn't-
think when I wrote these
You
down, I probably
understand?
put a 3 here, and it should not have been a 3. That's probably where my error is. Okay.
And I'm not angry. I just told Miss Barbara I was showing her that I didn't choose none of the answers there. I wrote out the answer.
I
because I
understand
didn't see no
exactly
answer
what
there.
you're
So
saying,
Mercedes said,
Latoya.
no, not you, Miss Barbara. I'm talking to Mercedes. She said, you must give me the credit. My
No,
answer is
it's
right.
not the
It's not
credit
like
for
Miss Barbara giving
Mercedes.
me a paper.
It's not the credit for Latoya Mercedes. She's telling me she had the correct answer that is not here. In that case, it's correct for her. Because my error is I did not give you a correct answer. So Latoya is exactly right. Okay.
Like, Miss, if I bet you go back and check where you get the info for this maths, you're going to find it.
You bet what?
I bet you go back and check, you're going to find it. Where you get your source from, you're going to
No,
find it.
I'm recognizing my error is I put a 3 here and it should not have been a 3 on D.
Okay.
Okay. And when I'm doing these things sometime, this is not a thing you can check, error check and check. I mean, after I put it down, and I had it as just x to the third, and I probably didn't look to see that I had a 3 there. And probably
so
on the one that I had where I put my answers, I probably don't have a 3. Okay,
that
but
was
that's
what I
okay.
was saying
It's
too.
what I gave you. Mhm.
For those who bring in the work, I don't want to take credit because you make an error. Give it to those who made the effort to
Well, the
bring in their work.
credit only goes to people who did the work. In the
Exactly.
case of Latoya, Latoya gave me a correct answer, and that correct answer wasn't there. So that's not a matter of giving her credit. It's that she was correct. Got it?
That's right. That's what I
And
give her the
later,
credit.
don't come for me because I'm not, because from Miss Barbara came on, I said, Miss Barbara, you marked my thing wrong and I know I'm right.
Okay,
Okay. So I said that for a long time when Miss Barbara just came on.
that's right. So I'm
So
saying
please
that
don't come for me, please.
Latoya had this answer. She's right. The answer wasn't there. And it was my mistake in saying she was wrong. Okay? And Latoya, for your information, she had all the bonus questions right. And that was good. She had them all right. And we'll go over those because I think you can probably get problems like that correct too. Because remember, your next assignment will be all exponents. All exponents. Now, number 3, that one was one I gave you, and I think that was one that I think everybody should have gotten right. And I don't think I really have to write it out, right? Should I write it out, detail? Does everybody understand?
I'm not sure, miss, so I won't say no.
Okay. 9x to the 5th plus 9x to the 4th plus 45x to the 3rd, all divided by 9x to the 2nd. So what are you going to do? You're going to take every term in this polynomial and divide it by its monomial. So I want you to do that and tell me the answer. Okay. Let me just write it down here. And I'm going to put this all on the next screen. Okay. Okay. So, okay, I'll put this, let me copy this 3 times, and then I want you to do the math. All right. So this first one will be 9x to the 5th divided by 9x to the 2nd. So let me just take those out. Okay. So do that one. You know what you do when you're dividing. You subtract the exponents, right? Okay,
Yes,
and
so
let's
that's
take
X to
this
the
next
3rd.
one. That'll be 9x to the 4th. So let's just take that out.
Okay.
X to the 2nd.
I'm making them all monomials. So we're breaking up the polynomial into its monomials and dividing by a monomial. Okay. And then the last one is the 45. So I want you to actually do it. Okay, I'm putting it here the way you should have it, and I want you to do it.
Oh, I do it. I do mine just so it is on the board.
Did you do that one like Audrey? You did yours like this?
I do it just so you have it lined up there. I do
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Not how you just put it. However it is there, I do it like that.
Yeah, you didn't have to do it. You could just really look at it and do the subtraction and put the answers, but I'm putting it for those who may not be able to do it just visually. Okay. So, Audrey, what do you get for the first one?
X to the 3rd.
Okay. Everybody agree?
Plus X to the 2nd.
Wait, just a minute.
Plus 9X.
Okay. So you got X to the 3rd. Did everybody get that? Questions? 5 minus 2 is 3, right? And what do you get for the next one, Audrey?
X to the 2nd.
4 minus 2. Subtract the powers. That's the 2. And what do you get for the third one?
9X.
45 divided by 9 is what?
5.
Oh, shoot,
Audrey,
that's 5.
remember
Yeah.
you've got to divide
I
your
said 5. I said
coefficient.
5 into 45 is 9. That's why it was. I said 5. I divide by
9
5
into
yesterday.
45 is 5. So,
It's 5x.
and
It's 5x.
3
Yeah.
minus 2 is 1, so that would be x.
X to the
Put
2
those,
Yeah, 5x.
put those together and you get your answer. And
Oh my
that's,
God, how we made that big mistake though? I said 5 into 5 is 45.
oh, you did that the
I wrote the 5
opposite.
instead. I wrote the 9 instead of the 5.
So you'd have x to the third. Okay.
X to the second plus 5x. Like, damn
Okay.
it. How we get
Plus
that?
x. Okay.
I said 5 9 are 45 and they put the 5.
Plus.
That's what I did. 37.
Okay. And x to the second. Let's put that right next to it. And plus 5x, right?
Oh, that's big, a big error.
Plus
Oh,
x to
boy.
the second plus 5x. Sorry.
Mhm.
Okay, so x, this should be x to the second.
Okay.
And plus
Now,
5x. That's your answer.
Yes, we got it wrong.
Everybody get that answer when they did it?
It's the third. Yeah. Yeah, that big error. Mhm.
Questions?
Yes,
Miss one question, miss.
Yes, that's the answer. Yes.
All right.
Mercedes.
45x to the third power. With 9x to the second power. You don't subtract the 2 from the 3?
Yeah, that's why you got x to the 1.
Oh, say the word to put. That's the same thing I was trying to tell you with the other maths, that the 1 stands for the x. So that answer could
No,
be
no.
correct.
The 1 is a default power on a variable. If you don't see a power, it's a 1.
I agree with that, but I'm trying to match it up with something I was trying to tell you with the math that we were contemplating about.
I
But
don't,
make it-
Mercedes,
Yeah.
I don't follow what you're saying.
All right. Forget it for now.
Hmm?
No, forget it for now. But I understand what you just said. Is instead of putting the power, you just say x.
Yeah, I'm saying the default is 1. If you don't see a power on a variable, it's a 1.
Okay.
If you just see b, that's b to the 1 power. You see
Okay.
y, that's y to the 1 power.
Because the y mean 1. Okay.
No, not the y means 1. You gotta get mixed up. It's the power. The y is the base. The
Yeah.
power is that exponent on the y, or on the z, or on the q.
So what I'm saying, the base here beside the 5 here is x, right?
The base what?
The base 5x. X
5
is
is a coefficient,
yeah, but the x is what?
the variable, and it's
Yeah.
the base of the exponent.
Exactly. That's what I'm
And
saying.
then if I put a 1 here,
Yeah.
that's a power. But that's the same as just x.
Okay, good.
X to the
Okay.
1 is equal to x.
Yeah.
Okay?
So you don't have to put the x there. That's what you're saying.
No. You don't have to
No,
put
no,
the
no,
1
sorry.
there.
The 1 there. That's what I meant.
That's optional.
Okay, got you.
And you see it sometimes for clarity, but rarely do you see a 1 on a
There.
default. All right.
Okay.
So there's your answer. X to the third plus x to the second plus 5x. Questions?
No, thank you, man.
Monomial divided by monomial. Okay. Now here's another one. Same thing. Break it up into monomial division. So I want you to do this one. All right. Take each monomial divided by monomial. 6p to the third over 15p, 150p to the second over 15p, 5p over 15p. So what would that look like? 6p
So,
to the third. I'll put it here and I want you to divide it and tell me your answer.
Third.
Okay. So let's put that there.
Barbara, you want my answer?
That's so fast. Give us a
Okay.
chance.
Okay, Audrey, let's hold up for the
That's
ones who may
okay.
not have done it. Okay.
That's all right.
Okay. So you got 150p to the second. Okay. Let's put that there. Each one of these will be divided by the 15p. All right. And Audrey has her answers. So we have the 5p. Now put that 15p under each one of these monomials. Okay, so that's 15p.
Under each of them, miss.
Yes, under each one of them. Okay, let's bring that down. There we go. Put 15p under this one. And I want you to tell me what the answers are. And the last one, the 5p, 15p. Okay. Maureen, did you do the first ones?
I only had do like I skipped some. Yeah.
What's the problem, Maureen?
No, I didn't do this one. I do 1, 2, and 3. I skip some. I skip 5. I think I do.
Miss Barbara,
Yes.
I'm not seeing the sums properly.
You're not seeing what?
The sums properly.
What are you not seeing?
The upper part of the work. Can you bring
Just
it
in the
up?
math.
What, number 4?
Yes. Okay, thanks.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you.
Now it's better.
Yes, Miss Barbara, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Vanessa, what did you get from 6p to the third over 15p?
Let me just check it to make sure it's correct. It would be number.
No, I don't want the answer. I just want to know this division. 6p to the third divided by 15p. What do you get?
6p divided.
Now you can simplify 6 over 15 to another fraction, right? There's a number that goes into 6 and go into 15. So that would give you what?
3.
That's 3. 3 into 6. That would be a 2, right?
Yes.
And then the 15, you got 3. Okay. That would be what?
5.
5. There we go. That would be 5. All right. Now, p to the third divided by p. What does that give you, Vanessa?
P to the third.
Divided by p to the 1.
P to the third divided by p to. So therefore it would be p to the second.
That's right. P to the second. Let's put our power there. Okay. You could really stop right here, right?
It's there.
Right? Because you only see one choice that has.
The answer is right there. It's,
right there. You know, you can keep going or you can just really stop. Because it's only 1, 2 over 5p to the second. And where is it, Vanessa?
It's A.
A.
Yes.
That's your answer. We'll keep going because I want the others to do this because that may not always be the case. So Vanessa told you your answer. Answer A. Okay. Maureen,
Oh,
what's
Miss,
1/5 question?
one question, Miss.
Yes, Mercedes.
I just thank you for that, Miss, because when I get the answer, I didn't know that I could do it like that. Put it like that. 2p to the second power over 5.
Well, you know how to reduce fractions, right?
Sometimes.
Well, you don't see a 6 to the 15 in the answer.
No, Miss.
So that means you've got to simplify your fraction,
Okay.
right?
Because I'm learning this type of polynomial, I didn't really know what to do, so I'm looking at it.
Well, you knew how to break it up into monomial division, right?
Sort of, yes.
Yeah, to put the 15p underneath each monomial.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay. And then if it's not simplified, the fraction, you want to simplify it because you don't have a 6 over 15 in your answer. So like Vanessa said, 3 goes in the 6 2 times, 3 in the 15 5 times. Subtract your 1 from your 3, you got p to the second. Now Mercedes, what's 150 p to the second over 15p? What is that equal to?
This one?
150 p to the second divided by 15p. What's that equal to?
I'm not sure yet, but let me try.
What's
Okay,
150 divided by 15?
150 divided by 15 give you 10.
10, right? So you divide the coefficients. Now go to your powers. P to the second divided by p to the 1. What does that give you?
P to the a p.
Just p. P to the 1 or p. Okay, very good. Now you have one more to go. What's 5p over 15p?
That's 3p.
What?
3p.
You're right here. Get it.
5 over 15, not 15 over p.
The answer is 3p.
No, 5 over 15 is not a 3, Mercedes.
Okay.
15
5
over 5
5
is a
5
3.
3 is 15, so you get 1/3.
1/3.
5
Oh,
1
that's
5 5 3s is 15.
I know that 3 5 made 50. I didn't know terms or to set it. That's the thing.
No,
Okay.
the fraction 5 over 15, whether it's with variables or not, is just 1/3.
Yeah.
Oh,
1/3.
5 into 5 1
And 5 into 15 3.
yeah.
3.
Okay,
And
got
p
it,
over
got it.
p is what, Mercedes?
P.
P over p, p divided by p?
Nothing.
0.
Not nothing, it's 1.
Then didn't I say 1?
It's something is 1. Who said
But I
nothing?
did say,
Nothing
Yes.
usually means 0.
fool me. Because I
P
did say
over p
1.
is
No.
1.
Yeah, but if you look at it, it doesn't have a P at A. It doesn't carry the P. It didn't tell
That's
us.
why I agree with her.
Very well, at Mercedes.
Well, p over p is 1. That's
Because
why 5p over 15p is just 1/3.
that's
Oh,
why
so you
I
don't
look
put the
about the
P, right,
answers
Miss
and I said,
Barbara?
what, there's a P there.
What's the question?
So
I
you
said, I
don't
look
have.
about sorry,
Wait,
go
one
ahead.
at a time, Vanessa.
Yeah, so because it's P over P, P divided by P. For me, I would say 0.
It's
1
1.
divided by 1.
Just
1
Any
divided by 1.
variable over itself is 1. Any number over
It's
itself
1
is
divided by 1.
1.
So
1 over 1 is 1. 1,000 over 1,000 is 1. Z over Z is 1. P
So,
over P is 1.
so therefore, the 1/3 as the P.
Oh my gosh. I
It's
don't know how
1/3 times 1 is just 1/3.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, great. Okay,
Right.
I understand.
Okay. If you want to put the 1 there, say 1/3 times 1, and that's equal to 1/3.
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right?
Mhm.
Because P over
Okay.
P is 1.
1,
And
yeah.
1/3 times 1 is just a number.
1 to 1.
1/3.
Not sure.
Any
Not
number times 1 just gives you the number. Or variable. Any
okay.
variable times 1 just gives you the variable. And if you put those all together, you see that gives you A. Right? 2 over 5 p to the second plus 10p plus 1/3. And that's A. Just like we said. Questions? Number 4. Mercedes, you clear?
Yes, miss. But
Maureen?
I was agreeing that it is 1. But when I looked up and see that 1/3 has no p there, I agree with her.
No, but go back to your basics. Any number over itself is 1. Any variable over itself is 1.
That is 1. Yeah, that's true.
So P over P is 1, and 1 times any variable or number is just going to give you the variable or number. Got it?
Yes, miss.
Okay, let's go to number 5. Audrey, you said you had number 4 correct, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Audrey had that one correct. All right, which of the following, I'll make this bigger. Maureen, I want you to help us out here. Maureen, you ready?
Yeah, Miss Barbara.
Which
thought you
of the
was-
following is true? Okay, let's just take, okay, 4 to the second. Let me put the power on there. And Maureen, you tell me what that's equal to. Let's make it bigger. 4 to the second is equal to what, Maureen?
16.
16. Very good. So we know that's 16. All right. Now let's just take 2 to the 4th. Maureen, what's 2 to the 4th?
2 to the 4th is 16.
That's right. 2 to the 4th. And let's just put this is equal 16. 4 to the second is equal 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what would be the answer, Maureen?
What's the answer?
Yeah.
Let's see, 4 to the power. 2 to the power. It's true, so is equals C?
Yeah, C, right. Anything else, these are actually the same. So
Yes.
it's not less than, it's not greater than or equal, it's not greater than. So 16 equals 16. That means 4 to the second equal 2 to the 4th. Answer C.
I got that right.
You had it right? You had it right? Okay,
Yep.
very good, Audrey. You're doing good. Answer C. That's the answer. They are equals, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could be number 3.
Mercedes, which property is used here?
It's gone out the side, Barbara. Can't
Okay,
see.
there is, okay, let me make it
Oh,
bigger.
there it comes up.
Which property is used? That's a multiplication. I'm using the dots. Okay, there it is. That's a multiplication. What do you do to the exponents when you multiply? You add the powers. So which one would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5?
Where are you now, miss?
I'm over on the other side with the exponent rules.
Oh, no.
So which one has a multiplication where you add the exponents?
I mean, from 1 to 5, I should tell you one of them. Which one is the right one?
Property 1, property 2, property 3, property 4, property 5. Which one?
Can you let me look at the thing?
You want to look at this again? Okay, go back up here. Which property is
You know what?
used? 3
I
to the
do that.
5th,
I ain't like
times
that.
3 to the second,
just-
times 3 to the minus 3 equals 3 to the 4th. Which property did you use?
Can I go back to the prop?
Okay, here's the properties.
Oh my God, I do it like that. I do one over them before you No, I didn't
What
understand that.
happened, Audrey?
No, I didn't understand it that way with those things. Like I said, I didn't wonder why they are there. I thought that was just a example, and I just write the word out.
Is that
You thought it was what? It
No, I
says
said I
which,
just write out the word. I didn't really understand. You had those
what
numbers
part
on
you
the
didn't
side.
understand?
That was what.
You didn't understand this
That
multiplication?
the answer. No, I didn't understand. The answer was on the side. I just write out the word. I thought, I didn't write out the number.
Which property is used? You just put the number.
just rules? That's the rules.
Right, but I didn't put the number. I just put the word. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you mean you
Okay,
wrote,
it was-
which one what did you write out then?
I write product.
Here's 1, 2, 3.
No, but you can't just write product.
Yeah, because I didn't understand that. That's what I'm saying. I didn't understand that. What you read at the side there
Okay.
is what was Yeah, it's
Well,
okay.
the properties are numbered 1 through 5, and you look at what was given and which one does it match. You're multiplying,
It's okay.
same base, and you have powers, you add the exponent. So that has to be the property where you multiply, same
Missy,
base, and you've got the properties there. I mean, the powers that are different. See, 5, 2, 3, that represent like X or M, and you add the powers.
Hmm. Okay, but
So
they have
you-
a negative there with that 3 though.
Missy
They
answer
had
number
what? Well, it doesn't matter. I
I
mean,
see.
even if you had 5 of them, you still add the powers.
Okay.
You could only match property 1. So your answer should have been, okay, your answer should have been property 1.
Okay.
See,
Right. Really got that one wrong.
property
Okay, that's
TY1.
wrong.
That's the answer.
So you heard me,
Okay,
Miss?
that's wrong.
What was it, Mercedes?
You heard my answer.
What was your answer?
1.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
But she was talking between every time I told her.
Oh,
2
yeah,
parts.
she was talking. I couldn't hear you.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it's okay.
So
I'm
your
sorry.
answer is property 1. Mercedes had it correct. All right.
Mm.
So that was number what, 6?
7, 6, 6.
That was 6. Okay. Number 7. Maureen, since you keeping track, you can solve number 7.
Number 7 is B.
Everybody agree with Maureen on number 7?
So it's just so small. Can I blow up a little bit?
Yeah, I am. I'm making it bigger.
Number 7 was
Okay, here we go. 5 to the 6th power divided by 5 to the negative 1. And Maureen, you said what?
B.
Maureen, say it again.
B as in boy.
B as in boy. Does everybody agree?
Oh, I can.
Mercedes, you know how she got B?
I think she had the exponent
1 plus 6.
to bring back the 5.
She did what?
She added power.
Division.
Oh,
You
yes, yes,
subtract the powers.
Yes, because I
Yeah.
want to know when you said I was supposed it should be 5 to the 5th.
Division, you subtract the powers.
She said
Yes, which is 5 to
her
the 5th.
answer is wrong, Miss.
No, her answer is correct.
Right.
So our answer is B, right?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
So I say 5B to 7th power.
Well, you subtract 6 minus a minus 1. What's that equal to, Mercedes? 6 minus
Yes.
a
Parentheses.
minus 1. What's that
1.
equal to,
Okay.
Mercedes?
So
It's
it's
a
added
plus. She added.
What is
That's how
that
I do
equal to,
mine.
Mercedes?
7.
7. Oh, she's right,
Seven.
right? So that
That's
would
how I
be
do mine.
5 to the 7th
Just how
power.
you said it yours there, I said it mine too.
That's it.
Okay.
Negative for the subtraction, negative for the the value in the power, which was a negative.
Mm.
So that's
Mm.
minus.
I got that wrong.
You,
I said
what
five.
happened on that one, Audrey?
Barbara,
I did it wrong.
excuse
I
me,
subtracted the 1 from the 6.
What, Latoya, you saying something?
excuse me, Miss Barbara, what was number 5?
Number 5.
C.
Property 1.
C. Equal. 4 to the second is 16. 2 to the fourth is 16. So if 4 to the second, then it's equal to 2 to the fourth. What happened to that, Latoya? That's one of the few you missed, right? Latoya?
She's sleeping, man.
Latoya?
Miss Barbara, what's the answer for number 5?
C. 4 to the second is 16. 2 to the fourth is 16. All the answer will be showing them equal. And that's C. 16 equals 16. Other questions on that, Latoya? Latoya? Are you there? Did I answer your question? All right, let's keep going. All right. Okay. Mercedes, you okay on number 7? Maureen said 5 to the 7th. That's
yes,
correct.
Yes.
All right. All right. Let's go to number 8. Number 8. I'll make it bigger. Audrey, did you do this one?
Number 8.
Yes.
I think so.
Did
I
you
think
do
I
it?
all of them.
You do this one?
Yeah.
What did you get? What was your
C.
answer? You said C?
C. Mm-hmm.
It's not C. It's not C.
What the answer is?
Okay.
Maureen, you did it?
What the answer is? Can you break it down a little further?
Okay.
Okay.
Can you see it? What's the answer?
I get 5 minus 8 to the power 2 over 8 y to the 3. A?
No.
Wrong.
You got to work it out. Let's just take them each. Okay, let's
That way
take.
work out.
Did you, this raised to the 3rd power. Remember, that's everything within the parentheses raised to the 3rd power. So
Yeah,
what is
Miss
that
Barbara
equal
was
to?
asking you what I did from
Latoya, what is that equal to?
5.
Latoya,
3, 2,
what's x to the
6
second over 2y to the 3rd equal to?
3, 2 is 6.
Or Latoya, what is this equal to?
3, 3 was this 3, 3 to 6. 6 y to the 3rd and it's
Audrey, what is this equal to?
Audrey, she's talking to Latoya.
But I don't hear Latoya answering.
She's talking about somebody else talking in the meanwhile.
Latoya, are you there? Latoya, go to mute if you're talking to somebody. Latoya?
You can't hear me? You can't hear me. I don't know why.
Okay. Latoya, what is x to the second over 2y always to the 3rd power equal to?
Yeah, what you say now?
What is x to the second divided by 2y, whole expression raised to the 3rd power? What's that equal to?
Is x to the 6 power.
X to the
X,
6.
X squared to the 3rd power is x to the 6th power. Minus, no, sorry, over 2y. That's how I do it.
Over 2y?
Yeah, work it out.
No, you got to raise 2y to the 3rd power too.
Oh, 2y is
What's 2y to the 3rd power?
8y to the 3rd.
8y to the 3rd. Remember,
Yeah.
you have to raise the coefficient and the variable to a power.
Oh, I didn't do that. Oh,
Miss,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
understand right there, so miss. I don't
Okay.
Three,
All
get
right.
that.
Let me just take this. Okay.
3 2s is 6.
So that's if I break this up, this is let's see. Okay. Let me just copy this.
Ugh.
All right. Okay. Now let's be put. Now x to the second to the third power over 2y to the third power. This would be x to the second to the third power. Let me just take that. Okay, that's raised to the third, and the 2y raised to the third. So let's just put that underneath. And the 2y is also raised to the third power.
That's how I told you I was doing it. That's how I did it. That's why I said
No,
that.
someone didn't understand it. That's why I'm going through it. Not because of you, Latoya. It's because someone asked a question about this. Okay. Okay, so let's put that in parentheses. And that's to the third power. Okay, I'll make it bigger. Okay. Okay. And that should be a parenthesis. Okay. So you understand when you raise a division to a power, it's the top number raised to the power and the bottom number raised to the power. All right. That's how Latoya got her 8y to the third. So let me put that there and put the 8y to the third below it.
So,
Mercedes, you follow it?
So the x and the y is 2, so 3.
The 8.
And 6 and 7 is
What's
8.
2 times 2 times 2 times, what's 2 times 2 times 2?
Oh,
Mercedes, what's 2 times 2 times 2?
that's 2, 4, 4, 2 is 8. Is it 4, 2? Or 3?
2 times 2 times 2 is what, Mercedes?
2 times 2 times 2, that's 2 2's 4, 4 2's 8.
Yeah, that's how we got the 8. 2 to the third power is 8,
So
and then
where's
y
the
to the
2?
third power.
So where's the 2 that you add up? Where's the power?
The power, you just put the power on the y, 3. You raise the 2 to a power that gives you the 8, the coefficient, and then the y will just be y to the third, y 3 times 1.
I don't see it now.
Okay,
so,
you following?
2y, yeah, 2y to the third power. Got you. Now I see it.
Okay,
I didn't see
okay.
that.
So we took care of this, right? So let me just copy this, and I'm going to the next screen. Okay, the next page. Okay, so let's put that there. So we said this. Let me just put that here. And we've done that. Okay. And copy what we said that was equal to x to the 6th over 8y to the third. So x, make that just as big. Okay, so that's x to the 6th and over 8y to the third. So let me just put it over it. Okay. And that's 8y to the third. Okay, I'll make this bigger so you can see it. Okay. And make that. Okay, and to be consistent, just make this the small x. Okay, and this minus x to the second over y to the third. Okay, so let's just put that there. Move this over. Minus x to the second. That's just writing what's here. Okay, x to the second over y to the third.
I don't remember either.
Okay, so let's just put that there. That's y to the third, y to the third. Now, does everybody see what you're supposed to do now at this point?
Yeah, Miss Barbara, that's how I did mine.
That's it. Okay, so x to the 6, x to the 6, 2y to the third is 8y to the third, minus x to the second over y to the third. Okay. What's the next step, Latoya?
What? X was equal equal x to the x6 minus 8x over 8 6 minus 8x to the second power.
So what's your next step?
Third.
Something that you've done a lot. What would you do? Next step. Cross multiply. Remember your old faithful?
That's thing that we call it.
Cross multiply. How would you cross multiply, Vanessa?
Okay, cross multiply. Oh, yes, you could do the we call it butterfly method.
Well, numerator times denominator.
Yes.
Minus numerator times denominator. And then the denominators time themselves, right? So
yes.
what would that give you, Vanessa?
So you said numerator times denominator.
So just multiply numerator times denominator. So it would just be what?
It would just be
X to the
second.
Well, we go on times and then minus, so it'll be x to the 6.
X to the 6?
Yeah, because we multiplied x to the 6 times y to the third, right?
X to the 6 times y to the third.
Times y
to the third.
To the third, right? Okay, let's just put that there. Okay, and this is a small x. Okay, and then this will be minus what, Vanessa? Minus what?
Second.
Oh, this
you
way.
Minus across now?
No, minus is x to the 6 times y to the third minus, now cross multiply, numerator times denominator.
Oh,
that would be what?
8, would it be x to the second?
X to the second, that's right. So
times
x to the second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what is that? Okay, so that would be times what?
8y to the third.
8y to the third. Everybody with me?
Yeah.
Yes, everybody with me, right? So we multiply numerator times denominator minus numerator times denominator. Now, Latoya, what goes in the denominator here?
8y third.
Times what?
8y to the third.
Times what?
8x to the 6th power.
No, you're multiplying denominators.
8y to the 3rd.
Yeah, 8y to the 3rd times what?
Minus 8y to the 3rd.
Multiply
That's the
denominators.
8y to the 3rd.
Okay, times what?
Y to the 3rd.
Y to the 3rd, that's it. Okay, everybody with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We multiply. Okay, now, okay, let me just back this up. Okay, now I put my parentheses there. Now, what do you see in common with numerator and denominator?
Ways.
Y's.
Y to the 3rd, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
third.
You see y to the 3rd here, you see y to the
Cross out.
3rd here, you see
Mhm.
y to the 3rd here.
Up
So you
to
can
that.
factor out y to the 3rd, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just take the y to the 3rd in the
Mm-hmm.
numerator and put it here. We're gonna factor that out, right? And let's just put in parentheses what goes here. Okay, I'll just bring this over and put parentheses. Okay, now factor the y to the 3rd out in the denominator. Let's just put that there. And that would be times what?
Y
Audrey, what would that be times?
times
That-
8.
Times 8y to the 3rd,
8y to the 3rd.
right? That's the other factor. So that would be 8y to the 3rd. Okay, so let's just put that in parentheses. Okay, now what goes in the parentheses in the numerator? Maureen? What goes in parentheses right here?
I ain't got a clue, Miss Barb. I just watch it down.
No,
That's confusing.
you have a y to the 3rd here. You have a y to the 3rd here.
Y to the
So
3rd.
the y to the 3rd we multiply what? Audrey, you see it?
Y to the 3rd. Multiplied by the y to the 3rd.
No, let's take this first one. I'm pulling the y to the 3rd out. What's left?
X to the 6th.
X to the 6th. That's right. So let's put the x to the 6th here. Okay. Okay, Audrey. Now look at the next one. I took out the y to the 3rd, right? What's left? What's left here?
Y to the 3rd. Y to the 3rd.
Minus x to the 2nd.
Minus X to the 2nd. Y to the 3rd.
Minus what?
X to the 2nd power.
X to the 2nd
That's part of it. What's the rest of it?
Oh,
times 8. Y to the 3rd.
X to the 2nd times what?
y x to the 3rd.
What?
8x to the
No,
3rd.
that's 8. Y to the 3rd.
Oh, this one is really
No, you
tough.
took the y to the 3rd out, Audrey. So what's left?
X to the 2nd.
X to the 2nd.
And you got an
Minus
8.
eight.
You can't
No,
throw away
eight.
the 8.
Eight.
What is it? What is it,
Minus eight.
Latoya?
X to the 2nd times 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or let me put the 8 first. You
X to
said
the
it.
2nd
You
times
said
8.
it, Audrey,
Yeah.
but you put the 8 first. Okay,
Oh.
you said X. Okay. So I'm sorry, that should be a 2. Okay, so now what's the next step, Audrey? What's the next step?
Mhm.
So this is
To
what I'm
divide?
left with right here. So what do I do next, Audrey?
Cancel out.
Yeah, cancel out. Y to the 3rd over y to the 3rd is 1. So your answer would be what? This is 1. So what are you left with? X to the 6th
X to the 6th.
minus ax to
Minus
8x to the
AX.
second. All right. And what is that divided by, Audrey?
Yeah, X to the 6.
What's in the denominator?
The 8.
The 8y to the
The
third.
8X. Well, to
No,
the third.
8y to the third. There we go. We put that there in the denominator. That's our answer. Which answer is that?
D.
Okay. What answer?
D.
X to the 6 minus 8x to the
D.
second, 8y to the third. Which one did you say, Audrey?
D. D as in dog.
Oh, D. Right. That's correct. Answer D. Answer D. So when you get it in a format like this, you look at what is common, what term is common, and you can factor out that common term. Questions? The key thing for you to remember here is whenever you're raising division like this to a power, you raise everything to the power, coefficients and variables. So you can't just say y to the third, you have to say 2 to the third and also y to the third. That's how you get 8y to the third.
It's rather late now, so I don't want you to repeat it another time, but I really didn't comprehend one good.
Oh,
Just a little part of it, but I don't want you to go over it right now, not now. Not too late.
Okay.
If it's recorded, I'll listen to recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the key thing I want you to remember when you start from here, Mercedes, that when you see a power outside an expression, it applies to everything in the expression, variables and, you know, coefficients and variables and powers. All right. So raise the second to the third. That's how you got the 6. And 2 to the third is the 8, and then y to the third. So once you get that correct and you put that down, then you can use that for solving the problem. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the rest of this is, a lot of this was new. I just wanted to see how you approached it. And there's certain things I want you to get from this too. Now let me make number 9 bigger. And there's some key things I want you to get out of this because, like I say, your next homework will be on exponents only. All right. Now, on the day a certain celebrity proposes marriage, 8 people know about it. Each day after, the number of people who know grows by 50%. Which expression gives the number of people who know about the proposal after 4 days? Now, when you see something say grows by 50%, what does that mean? It goes up by what as a decimal?
Increase. Okay.
It increased by what? 50% is equal to what?
0.5.
0.5, 5 tenths. So you know this is going up by what?
50%.
It's going up by 50%. That means that it started off with 100 and then it goes up by 50. That means you're going to add 1 plus 5 tenths. Got it? So knowing that, that means whatever you started with, you'll be multiplied it by 1 representing 100% plus the 5 tenths represent the increase. So that has to be multiplied by the original number of people for the number of days that
addition.
Yes. Okay. Now when it says which expression gives the number of people who know about the proposal after 4 days, that means you've got to do what? Add
Multiply.
that. You got to add the 1 to the
Add
5
the 1
tests and multiply it 4
0.5.
times by the original. So if
Yeah.
that's the case, what is the only answer it could be?
B.
B, that's right. Very good, Audrey. Does everybody understand how Audrey got B?
I don't get it. Sorry.
Audrey, you want to explain it?
You add the first amount that was notified about the wedding, and then you multiply by the 50%, which is 0.54 times.
Yeah. See, you're starting out with 100%,
Mhm.
and each time you're adding 50%. But we use the 1 to represent 100% and the 5/10 to represent the 50%. So for 4 days, that means 4 times you want to add the original 1 plus the 5/10 times the 8 people. So that's why we have it 4 times here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
So take the original 8 and multiply it by 1 plus 0.5 4 times. You could have really added this and just said 1.5. Okay, 1.5 times 1.5 times 1.5 times 1.5. Or you could have said 1.5 and raised it to the 4th power. That's multiplied it 4 times, right? So sometimes you'll see it like this. Sometimes you'll see it as a power. You got it? Mercedes, is that clear?
I'm not quite sure. You say you use a 4 to multiply the 50?
No, I said,
When she said in the
okay,
beginning.
okay, here we go. Let me just put this
I'm so sorry.
to make it clear. 100% equals 1.
Yeah.
All right. What's 50% equal to, Mercedes? As a
You asked the
decimal.
one.
As a decimal.
5/10.
5/10, right? So that's 5/10. So if it's increasing by 50%, that means it's going 100%. That's where you're starting. It's your starting point. And you add the 0.5. Okay, so that would be 1 plus 0.5, and you could have said 1.5.
Oh my God.
Except I said it as 1 plus 0.5. This could have been just 1.5. Got it?
So what you say 100 is 1.
Right?
50% is 0.5. But I don't get a little. You say 1.
Each day, the number grows up by 50%. Each day.
Okay.
So if I have 4 days, I have to take what I started with 1, add the 0.5, and multiply it 4 times by my number of people.
Good.
Got it?
Which is 8 people.
8 people. So this 8 people multiplied by 1 plus 0.5 4 times. That could, and what I was saying, that could have been written this way. Let's do this. That could have been written 8, and I'm doing this because sometimes you'll see it this way. 1.5, and let's just put this and raise this to the 4th power. Same thing. 1.5 by itself 4 times. Got it?
Okay.
I want you to be able to recognize it in all forms, starting with the 100%, adding the increase. Sometimes it could be a decrease. Or you could put it as a power. 1.5 to the 4th power is 1.5 times 1.5 times 1.5 times 1.5. In other words, 1.5 times itself 4 times.
That's why you put the power there. So
yes, that's right. That's the same as B. That's another way of writing B,
Writing it.
Mercedes.
Oh,
But I want you to recognize it in all formats. You got it?
yes.
Regardless of the format, I want you to recognize it. Whether I put the 1 as 100%, put what the increase is, multiply it by the number of days or number of times we have something, or I could just put it as a power. And that's the same thing as multiplied it by itself that number of times.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Now, knowing that, okay, I want you to, okay, so I have another one here, and I think you'll be able to figure this one out because based on what we just did. So let's do number 10. Okay, Shota invests 1,000 in a CD that earns interest. The investment value is 1.02 each year. Okay, what expression gives the investment value after 5 years? Now, 1.02 means you adding 0.02 to 1. Okay, that's the increase. See, this is given to you already. So, knowing that, okay, we are at number 10. Mercedes, what would you say the answer for number 10 is based on, and it works just like the one we just went over. What answer would you pick, Mercedes?
Let me see.
Original is the thousands. You know you multiply that by something. So what would you multiply it by?
By the amount of year.
There you go, 5 years. So would you have A, B, C, or D?
Okay, that would be A.
All right, very good, Mercedes. So you got it. I mean, you understood what we just went over, right?
Okay.
Everybody else said A?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, very good. Answer A. You see, when you understand the example, you can apply it, right? Now, do the same thing with number 11. Okay, I'll make this bigger. And Audrey, I want you to give me the answer for this one. Okay. Now, you have an increase, let's see, 41%.
1,000 multiplied by
There's your increase.
2 to the 5th power.
Okay. And 1974, you had 5,000. So there's your year. And you started out with 5,000. Okay. All right. Now, which expression gives the number of transistors in 1979? Remember your base year. You're going from
Can't see all the reading, miss.
1974 to 1979.
I can't see all the reading.
No, I have to split it up.
Oh, you can make it a little smaller.
Okay, here we go. Now, does everybody see that?
Yeah.
Yes, miss.
Okay, Moore's law says the number of transistors in a disintegrated circuit increases by 41%. We need that every year. So our base year is 1974. We had 5,000 of these transistors. Now, which expression gives the number of transistors in a disintegrated circuit in 1979? So you started 74, now you go into 1979. What's the difference?
The difference is?
What's the difference between
5?
1979 and 1974?
5.
5. So 5 is going to be your power, right? Because here your exponent is the time elapsed. Here is years, okay? So you know you're looking for something with the power.
Oh.
All right. So I was asking Audrey, what is the answer?
That's number 11.
Number 11.
Yeah.
I said the answer is A.
Remember, Audrey, it's a multiplication of your original
Oh, yes.
time the
it is C.
change.
Oh, my goodness. What are
It
you?
can't be
C,
A and
A?
it can't be B. So you're now
C.
at C and D. Which one would you say, Audrey?
C.
C, that is correct. Because there's your
Yes,
base,
I know that. Did they
100,
change it?
plus the
That did they change it?
0.41. That
Yeah.
represents the 41%, right? So your answer would be what Audrey just said, and that
C.
was C.
I had to see they change it.
Is it making sense now?
Start us
Remember,
Yeah.
remember, it's a multiplication now. The addition is
Yes,
only
but increase
adding
means
the
to multiply.
100% to the
Yeah.
percent
Means to multiply.
increase or
Ah, yeah, yeah.
decrease. And we made that a
Increase,
decimal.
yes.
So 100% is
Multiply.
1. The 41% is 0.41. 5 years elapsed.
Yes.
That's the
Multiply,
exponent.
yes.
Got it?
Yep, yep.
Okay. We've got one more to do.
I messed up there.
Maureen,
messed
you
up.
ready for the next one?
Right.
Okay. Maureen said, of course, no problem. Piece of cake, right, Maureen? Maureen said, this is just too simple for her.
Oh, boy.
Want me
Nice.
to give her
This one,
something more challenging. So Javier bought the painting for $150, right? So you know that's the base price. It increased by what? 1.15. There you go. And you want the value after 5 years. Okay, Maureen, what's the answer? I know she's got it.
You want the value after 5 years or 7?
I'm sorry, after 7 years.
Okay, I can tell you now.
15, wait, 7. Yeah.
A, B, C, or
That-
D, Maureen.
That I would say A.
Remember, Maureen, I said the base price is
C.
multiplied by something.
C.
No.
Oh, good. B then.
So,
150 multiplied by 1.
What is it, Vanessa?
157.
I said E.
Vanessa, what is it?
B. B as in boy.
B. Thank you, Vanessa. Answer B.
I said
150 times the increase factor 1.15 raises the 7
Barbara.
the number of years. Yes.
she did say B.
Who said B?
Marie,
Oh, I'm sorry, Maureen. I
just-
didn't hear you
that
say.
was that was second
Maureen
answer.
gave me 2 answers, and the first one was not B.
Oh,
No,
that's
the
one
first
wrong.
one was
That
A.
was-
The
and
second one.
B.
Well, I
then the
said
second one
now
I said
she's guessing, and
was
she's
wrong.
giving me
This
2
was-
No.
answers.
I give you wrong
It was
answer, then
E,
I
so I
tell
got
you, I
4
tell
wrong.
you
I got
B.
Maureen, you
one.
understand why it had to be B, not A,
Yeah.
because you
No,
don't
yeah.
add the 115 to the factor.
Okay.
Multiply it by the
Yeah.
factor with the exponent that represents the time elapsed. Got it? Okay. Next homework is on exponents only,
B.
and it will include some of the word problems like the ones we just went over.
Okay.
So remember, and it could be an increase or a decrease. Either way,
Okay.
your power is the time elapsed. And that could be years, could be months, could be days, etc. Okay?
Barbara,
Yes,
could
Latoya.
you send mine through Google Docs?
Google Docs again? Okay, we'll do.
Yeah, because my internet is not doing Word.
Okay. Anybody else need Google Docs?
No, not me, because I never do good.
Okay, I'll send it the way I've sent it to
I don't have
everybody
that.
except Latoya. She'll get hers in the Google Docs format. All right, so we'll end here unless there are any questions. Any questions on anything we've gone over?
No, not me.
So your next homework will be on what?
Exponents.
Exponents. Make sure you look at the exponent rules and that you understand how to apply them. Let's go back up here because I've given it to you in a couple of problems, I think. Okay, there are
That's
your
how we're
X
looking
motor
for 'em?
rules right there.
I
And
hate
you
that.
have examples of them, right? So X motives and word problems like the problems we just went over
Okay.
will be among the problems, actually.
And
There'll be other
two
word
mistake.
problems. Okay, any
Only got two
questions from
mistakes.
anybody?
No, not for me.
All right, sorry for the mix up on Zoom today, but
No problem.
those things
That,
do
that
happen.
light is
I appreciate this, Miss, more than you think, Miss.